Les Steffs is a student in your first period biology class. Due to an illness, he was out of school for a few weeks and missed a lot of assignments. Since he did not complete all the work necessary to earn a final grade, you need to give him an incomplete instead. It is possible to manually enter final grades in the gradebook without regard to assignments. Making a change like this to a final grade is not something you would do lightly. However, it may be appropriate for students who tried their hardest but earned grades that did not reflect their effort. Or, as in this example, sometimes it's appropriate to manually override a final grade for a student who did not complete the required coursework. To manually assign a final grade, either double-click the student's final grade on the score sheet, or right-click on the final grade and select Score Inspector. Let's use the second method to manually override Les's final grade. We'll guide you through the activity. Follow along and try each step as it's described. Right-click on Les Steffs' final grade, C+. Select Show Score Inspector. On the Score Inspector window, check Manual Override to indicate that you will be overriding the final grade that has been calculated by the gradebook. Enter the new percent, grade, and comment. Type 0 in the percent field. Then press Tab. Click the Grade menu and choose I for Incomplete. Enter Incomplete due to missing assignments in the comment field. Then press Tab. Now click the Comment tab to enter a second comment from the comment bank. Select Comment 04, Frequent Absences from Class Are Affecting Grades, from the comment bank. Then click Insert Selected. If you need to override another student's final grade, use the Next and Previous arrows to move to that student's record. Click Close when you've finished. Notice that when you manually enter a final grade, a red exclamation icon appears to the right of the new final grade. The final grade, percent, and total points are displayed in bold italics, signaling that you've modified the final grade. The blue C icon indicates that you have entered a comment about the student's final grade. Click Save to record the new final grade. This concludes the guided activity. Now let's suppose Les turned in all of his missing assignments before the quarter ended. If you decide to revert back to the final grade calculated by the gradebook, double-click the final grade to open the Score Inspector. Navigate to the Score tab on the Score Inspector. Then, clear the Manual Override checkbox, and the student's original final grade will be displayed. To save the new changes, close the Score Inspector. Remember to remove the comment if it no longer applies. Then click Save. Now let's address the last thing you need to do at the end of the term. Submit your final grades. At the end of the term, notify your school's PowerTeacher administrator that you have finished entering the scores for the term and that the final grades are ready to be stored. Let's suppose you're ready to submit final grades for your first period class. When you are done with the final grades for a class, make sure the correct class is selected in the Classes pane. Then, use the Reporting Term menu on the score sheet to select the term that is ending, which in this example is Q1. Next, click Q1 in Progress under the Reporting Term menu. If the final grade deadline is approaching, but you're not finished with final grades for a class yet, you can still inform the PowerTeacher administrator about your progress. To send an update, you would leave the Final Grades Complete checkbox clear. Enter a comment indicating when final grades will be ready, and click OK. When you have completed final grades for your first period class, click Q1 in Progress again, and use the Q1 Final Grades Completion Status window to submit your final grades. Check Final Grades Complete. Enter a comment if you'd like, then click OK. After you select Final Grades Complete, you will see the new status, Grades Complete. Now that you've learned how to work with final grades, it's time to practice and review.